Alright guys, so here we have a Nord Stage 4. Um, Came in with some broken faders. Apparently the keyboard fell over, and so what we're doing is just replacing the faders, and I thought I'd give a little bit of insight on how to get those done. I don't know if I'm going to do a complete video on all the faders. We're talking about at least 5 or 6 faders that are broken, as I've already took one off, as you can see, clean off, and I'm gonna clean it and all of that stuff. Once I get all the faders off, I'm gonna clean, and then we'll reseat the new ones. These are slide potentiometers. They look like this, and once you break them, you broke them, and you have to replace them. Very carefully replace them. You have to handle this board, these button panel boards, with care like never before. Um, and so, a couple of things to have is, um, I'll give shout outs to company Northridge Fix. I buy this stuff from him. It's low melt solder. You want to have that, because if you don't have low melt solder on this, it's a little bit more challenging. It's not impossible, but I like to move, get it done, move on to the next job, and go from there. I'm gonna slide the camera down, so I'm gonna start here on the bottom. You get these here points. All right. So low melt solder just kind of helps you liquefy that solder. It just breaks it down for you. And to me, with a flux, I've already applied flux and everything. Um, all right, and just kind of get in there real good. And once you get a good hot liquid solution like that in there, where it just breaks down, you're good to go. All right, let me clean my tip a little bit. And smooth the camera up. Straighten that out. Give me some more of this here. Low melt solder makes the job a lot easier. Then you want to have your fume extractor. Having the fume extractor. Of course, the replacement parts. And it just takes a little bit. You don't have to use all of it in one solder point. And you'll see how easy this potentiometer will come off. You know, you don't have to damage the board. You want to see good copper, good copper. Because when you go to reapply, you want to make sure that you have good copper to reapply the points of the new potentiometer to. A little piece right there. I'll have to clean that. All right. And get your desoldering wick and apply. Sometimes I'll add a little flux on my desoldering wick just for. This is a trick, a cheat code, pretty much. It kind of helps the flow. You don't have to do that. That's something that I do from time to time, and I'll do this like this, and it kind of helps. Just helps liquefy the process, and just you see how quickly that happened. You see? Look at that. Look at that. Nor stage 4, everybody. Nor stage 4. Alright, now go to this one. Again, I don't think I'm going to do a whole video on every single potentiometer. But I am going to kind of show you how I do at least one or two of them, you know. Just introduce myself. I am Dewan Gardner, One Stop Fix, and you know, we're taking on a lot of these jobs. There's a lot of different angles that we're going to be working on, from keyboards to computers, game systems, you name it. If we can fix it, we'll get it. Mixing boards, speakers, just different jobs. I will move up a little bit here. I'm sounding a little stopped up a little bit because I'm not too long getting over a little weather bug, and it seemed to have gotten the best of me. Today's the first day that I felt like doing this. I had this keyboard for a couple of days here, some company, and of course we had to get the parts and all of that stuff too, but yeah. I will say this keyboard is really really impressive board. Thanks for Nord for allowing the faders to be a part of this thing. It's something that has been talked about for a long time from the community, and people, you know, tend to go to the Yamaha a lot for that kind of capability. However, Nord decided to do that, and makes a great keyboard. Makes a great keyboard either way. The Nord Stage 3 was amazing. Nord Stage 4, amazing. They do it all over again, and you know, they just do an amazing job with making the boards and the organs and stuff like that. So I wanted to do a video on the other side of the table, and this is the repair side. You know, I know that there's a lot of cats out there that's playing and doing videos and stuff on it. I take a different approach. Let's see what we got. Got to make sure that you get every little bit of piece of solder out of these joints, because I can see a little bit still left down there. So if you have to reapply flux, you know, don't hesitate, do it. Saves the board, it saves you, you know. And if you have to take your time, which you should, taking your time means everything, especially in this kind of a job. You know, you don't never want to rush it. You don't want to rush this kind of a job. And, you know, if they asking you, hey, when you be done by this time or another, you know, you tell them, hey, the job will be done. It's, you know, this is a tedious job. Even though it's soldering, it's still tedious. You know, you don't want to rush this job, because if you have to buy another button panel board because you screwed it up, you know, then, you know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You know, people rush stuff all the time, and then they end up wishing that they'd taken that extra 20 minutes. And taking that extra 20 minutes would have saved you from buying a $600 button panel board or motherboard, or, you know, what have you. I get it all the time in this kind of work. in this kind of repair. I get that all the time. Hey, can you be done by? No. I'll call you when the job is done. We'll get right on it, and try to get everything done at a reasonable time. You know, I have a queue time. Usually I tell them 1 week at least, and if I have to order parts and it don't come in or they're on back order, I can't do anything about that. However, I'm not gonna charge you for the extra time, you know, that they put out there. I'm not gonna charge you for that extra time. And be careful of those pieces. These little pieces come off, and they will come off of the board. And you just have to, give yourself a little bit, a place where you can put those things at, so that they won't break off, obviously. So we'll move the camera back down here. When I noticed that there's still a little bit of solder down here being held, and that's that joint right there. So I'll hit that. Again, the first one I took off was a breeze. The second one, a little bit different. You just gotta take your time. Keyboard this delicate, you don't want to jack up. It's a $6,000 board, $6,000 keyboard. And, somebody's texting me, so I'll take a moment. All right, here we go. Just gotta clear it all out. Get it all out of there. If it's still a little bit of solder on there, you damage the board trying to pull it out forcefully. And you don't want to do that. Nah, you don't want to force it out. 'Cause that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. You're gonna be replacing more than a potentiometer. And you see, it comes right out. I wish you could see the other side of the board, but however, it's okay. All right, and then boom. This one had a little bendage to it, and it's wobbly, so therefore it can't be used. I'll slide the board. Okay. Alright, move on to the next one. Got 3 more to take off. And I'm just kind of trying to slide the board in such a way Alright, so we're going to do these 3 same way. And again, I don't think that I'm going to make this video long, because And these here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make this video long because you get the idea. You get the idea of how everything goes. You know how we take everything off, and just be careful. I'm gonna do one more on this thing, and we'll call it a video, and we'll move on to something more. Probably do something more like the reassembly and testing process. Mm-hmm. I got my little melt. Just add that on. These are the same faders that go on the C2D and the electrodes. Any keyboard that has these potentiometers, they're the same. Alright. Sometimes you want to make sure it gets in there. If you can do that, move it around just a little bit, then it's in there good. Just let it get in there, take its time. You know, let the low melt kind of do its work. You know, let it go in there and do its work, because that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to liquefy. You can almost pull it out. If you could almost pull it out, you know, if it was only those 2 points, you know, you would almost be able to pull it out. Let it go in there and do what it's supposed to do. Had I had to do this job without this, I probably would have, for one, not done it. It's too delicate of a keyboard to be putting too much heat on these solder points. And the things that are in between, there's some plastic up here, you know, and it's just too delicate. So, you know, you don't want to risk damaging the board and all of that, you know, because of that. Yeah, I just let the heat just sit up there without damaging. You know, just let the heat kind of do its thing, kind of go to, just let it do its thing. Take my time. Sometimes stop and take a minute to and hit the cleaner for your tip, and let's put it down here. And I'll probably start this off with some coarse flux here. Now I don't have to put much. Simple flux, and just go in and do the job. And I guarantee you, it'll pull that solder right down on that desoldering width. See how it's pulling it, liquefying it, and it's basically taking all of it out of there, out of that point. Okay, see that? Look at that. Alright, got it. That's number one. Amtex flux. I've gotten this from Alex over at northridgefix.com. He uses it when he repairs just about everything when it comes down to soldering, and I'll tell you what, he's a beast. He's definitely inspired me. I'm not the mechanic or repair tech that he is, but I look at his videos every day and I'll learn something new from him, guaranteed. He's got it. If you ever want to learn, I suggest you guys take a look at his page as well, and thank God for him. It's amazing. You see, seems as though I got all of the solder from there. There's no more. Now just move it on up. Move it on up. One thing about this business is you're gonna need a lot of desoldering wick, a lot of flux, and also a lot of low melt solder as well. You're gonna need a lot of each, because you're gonna use it. And you're gonna be using it more and more. Oh yeah, that's guaranteed. A lot of this, a lot of that. Yeah, didn't quite get that like I wanted to, but did it again. Alright, let's cut off a fresh piece. And, put some more flux down. Quite a bit flux. And give me a piece of low melt. Sometimes you have to take your time. That's it. Hey, but if it works, it works. If it gets the job done, then it gets the job done. Okay? You getting the job done, then you keep doing what you're doing. You know, if it takes you an hour to do this, the 30 minutes, whatever, you know, you do what works. If you're not working out, and you're doing the job and you're screwing up people's stuff. I had to fix a guy's keyboard in Georgia. He ended up looking at one of my videos, and you know, he had great intention. I even talked to him. I said, "Hey, get this soldering iron. Don't get that one. Get this one. Get that." You know, and he did the exact opposite. Messed up a super knob on the montage. And you know, just like anything, if you remove the copper from the board, you're on the zone of someone that knows what they're doing. You need to find that person that can actually rebuild or reestablish that copper in that place. So I had to do that for him. Of course, he used my video and put it on his page. He gave me a shout out, but he didn't actually give me a shout out for what I did for him. He gave me a shout out for advice. So I said, okay. So the next time, and there will be a next time, because people like that, they get nowhere. They get nowhere. You know, you have to take your time. You have to get a ways. You have to get good to a certain point to be able to do a job like this. You can't just do a job like this and you don't have no kind of skill. There are a lot of cats out there. Oh, I fixed this. Oh, man, I fixed that. And I can do this. I can do that. No skill whatsoever. They just seen the money. You know, what you can potentially charge a person for this kind of job. You know, they just see the money. And see, he almost had to buy a $500-600 panel board for this guy. And that, you know, that would have sucked for his pockets. What's up with his pockets? Alright, let's try this again. Let me put some flux down here on my desoldering whip. Just helps the process, so I believe that. It makes a bigger difference, okay? It makes a bigger difference. It just makes a bigger difference when you have that. It gets way in and cleans it up for you. It does. It makes a humongous difference. Yeah. And just pulling this one off. Alright. And it goes. Got it. And there it is. Alright. So I did this video just to kind of give you guys, and you can see how bent the you know, it's bent, you know. I know it's kind of blurry, but yeah. Guys, thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see, please hit the like button, subscribe, and you know, come tune in some more for the other videos that I'll be putting up. Thank you.